Hello everyone, my name is Nigel. I'm a second year business student at Mount Royal University and I'm studying accounting. I chose accounting at Mount Royal because I like organization. I'm a numbers guy. I like to have everything in front of me and I like financials. I like journal entries. I like income statements, balance statements. So I'm a good fit for accounting. The pros of my university program, I really like the smaller classes at Mount Royal. I find that they're a lot easier to talk to the professors. I feel like the professors actually care about you. I've also gone to U of C, so I can compare the two. And I feel that at Mount Royal, the professors are just that. They're professors and they're not just, that's not their side hustle. And that's their main focus, is just teaching students. I find that's really important in a professor. So the cons, however, are you're gonna have to take a lot of meaningless classes, but even then, the meaningless classes, while I see meaningless in the moment, it's all for character development at the end of the day. And I find it's really helpful afterwards that you kind of get a better sense of what you want to do, but it just takes a longer time to get there during those classes, which can seem like forever. So what the culture is like at Mount Royal is that it's really helpful, it's really not stressful, and everybody really wants you to succeed, even your classmates. Nobody's trying to help hold you down. Nobody's trying to break you right away. Nobody's trying to like, see if you're worth it, or if you're trying to make it, or trying to test you in any way like that. I find it's really helpful. Mount Royal does that, and I'm really happy to be going there. So I find that it's really, it depends what class you're taking. So it can be very hands-on, it can be very group-based. Some of my accounting courses, they want you put in groups because they want you to see what you would work it like in a team-based environment. Sometimes they want you to do case studies, which helps, it incorporates the real world with what you're doing. And I find both are very helpful. Even studying in class and taking notes, but what really helps and solidifies your understanding and learning ability at the end of the day is actually doing these examples in real life, and it's actually doing them, not just reading about it. And not just reading about it, is actually doing it. The pacing of Mount Royal University, it depends kind of what you're taking, how many courses you're taking. I find the best course load for me is 4 courses a semester, but generally a lot of people do 5. Some people even do 6, but I find 4 is a great number for me because I can still work my job that I want to work, and I still have time for my friends and my social life, personal life, gym, and all that. But so it's not slow or fast at 4. It's really a constant pace, which is really good for me. But it all depends on who you are and how you work and everything like that. Who's really going to work for this program is someone who's really driven and motivated. You need quite a high GPA to be in this program, so if you don't want it, then they won't take you and you won't really last in this program. You need to be driven and motivated, and you really want to work for this. All sorts of things. You don't even need this accounting degree to do something. To do accounting. Like, you can have an accounting degree, you can go into risk management. Business is very broad, right? So you can do a lot of stuff. You can do like risk management, finance. You take all these courses anyways, but you just specialize in accounting and get the accounting degree at the end of the day. Do I suggest a co-op? Yes, I would, absolutely. A co-op is very helpful because you could have no matter what sort of GPA or any kind of degree from anywhere, but if you don't have the experience, then it's a lot tougher for a company to hire you because then they have to like train you in the understanding and the basic workings of the real world. So if you have training already and you know how it works in a workplace, that's a huge asset to have when you're going into the workforce. When does the recruitment process begin? The recruitment process usually begins a year and a half out. You do have to take a program, a course, to get you ready for the workforce that Mount Royal provides, which is really helpful. But any tips, I would just always stay in the loop. There's always job postings, there's always, you can just apply to everything. The classes I do suggest taking, the classes you need, really. I don't know. There's it depends of what you want to do, and some people want to take like Japanese or Italian, and university courses offer that. And you might not need it for your degree, but it's super helpful to have, like practically. I would absolutely recommend staying away from Rate My Prof, because I'm a big believer that you should make your opinions for yourself, and you have to understand how to work in a bunch of different environments in the world. Like later on in life, you may not have a boss that you see eye to eye with, but you have to adapt and work in the way that they want to get the job done at the end of the day. And it might not work to what you believe, but you have to be able to adapt. And having a bunch of teachers that teach in a different way, it's really helpful, and it really broadens your horizons as a person and as a worker. The biggest tip I learned and that I can recommend is time management. It's very, very, very easy to just spend a whole day doing this and spend a whole day doing this, but every day you should do a little bit of each course, or the courses that are essential that you find, and just do those courses every day, and just say at the beginning of the day or the night before, I'm doing 3 hours of this, I'm doing 2 hours of this, or I'm doing 2 hours of this, or whatever. Just plan your days in ahead, and it's a lot easier. Nothing should be taken lightly in university, that you should take everything very seriously, and never assume that a class is easy and slack off immediately, because it will kick you when you're down, and you may not be ready for it. I've never lived in res, but I've heard good and bad things. Some people really like it. Some people are lonely, maybe isolated, away from their families, homesick. Some people really like it. They like the meeting new people, have parties and stuff like that. So popular areas of the campus would be the food court, the libraries. The food court, absolutely. Then libraries, same thing. There's a lot of places to study, and it's always usually full. There's computers, there's just study areas. Yeah, really popular coffee shops. That's really underrated. So a lot of coffee shops are really populated. Makes a lot of money to be a coffee shop at a university. Everybody needs coffee there. The clubs I would suggest getting involved in would be a students' union, maybe. Anything you're interested in, really. There's like anime clubs, there's chess clubs, sports clubs, there's fraternities, sororities, all sorts of stuff that will get you out of your comfort zone and get you making friends, which is really, really helpful. How do I suggest making friends? Just be outgoing, just be yourself, and just like turn yourself up to 10 maybe. And even if you're introverted, just make sure that, yeah, you're just outgoing, you're outside your comfort zone. You can make friends through classes, through clubs, group projects, and it never hurts to be nice to people, and you never know who's gonna be nice back. There's always mental health advisors or support. There's financial advisors, career advisors, academic advisors. There's always somebody to talk to, I find, at Mount Royal, and at UFC for that matter. You always want to, trick is to surround yourself with good people that have the same common interests as you and that want to push you to succeed, and you want to push them to succeed. Time management. Absolutely, time management. Make sure you're organized. Make sure you know everything that's happening. Make sure you know your deadlines, what you have to study for your midterms, your finals, days. Don't spend too much money. It's easier to spend money on food and coffee, but it's a lot cheaper to make food at home and make coffee at home and just bring it there. Make a budget for yourself. That's a really important key. Like, don't spend more than $60 a week or so, $50 a week of disposable income. Obviously, you're gonna have expenses like gas and sometimes food to a degree, but it's not always necessary. You can always save money. It's very important, very essential to take care of yourself. I find that exercising, eating properly, surrounding yourself with positive people that you can talk to, that support you, that love you, and that want to see you succeed and want to see you happy, that's super important. Make sure that you take care of your mental health, because it's one of the most important things you have, your health. Perhaps the most important thing, probably the most important thing. I wish I knew about parking lots. I wish I used to take transit a lot to university when I first started, but over time I found that there were a lot of places to park, just maybe 2-hour, 8-hour parking that you can just park for the duration of a class and then go home, or go to a Starbucks, or just move places, switch parking so you don't get a ticket. Yeah, thanks for everything. Good luck with everything.